Okay. Hi all. Hey, good afternoon. Today we will see how to default billing transaction type based on your business unit or maybe whatever your requirement. Let's see how to default billing transaction type, nothing but AR invoice type while creating the sales order. And we will see what are the limitations and how to overcome. We will see. So you know very well, if you want default any values while creating the sales order, we have to use pre-transformation rules. So let me create one pre-transformation rule as a first step. Go to setup and maintenance. Order management. Search with pre-transformation rules. So you are having two. One is this is the one OBR. This is for Visual Builder VIB. So I will use VIB to create pre-transformation rules. So basically, it is equal to defaulting rules in EBS, right? Okay, where it is? Okay. Main is pre-transformation rules for sales orders. Let me create one. Okay. So enter some name. Okay. So you very well know here this is your if conditions. Based on your business requirement, you have to define all your business tools. And once this condition satisfy, what is the action you are going to perform? So let's assume maybe based on my business unit, I am going to assigning billing transaction types while creating sales order. If my BU equal to US1, sorry, okay. If my BU equal to US1 business unit, then what I am doing? Then condition do do condition set a value. So what is the attribute name? Billing transaction type. Billing transaction type. So let's assume maybe I want to assign type as invoice, or maybe you can give blind search, whatever available you can see all your AR invoice types. So I'm going to assigning invoice. Save, save and close. Activate it. Sorry, activate your rule. Start date. Let me enter maybe from May 1st onwards. Publish. Make sure green color. Now let me test. Create one sales order and verify whether, sorry, order management, order management. Create. Choose your BU and customer. Enter item. Okay, it's out of stock. Anyway, just add that item to sales order. So let's see whether it's populated or not. Let me save it. Whether based on my pre-transformation rules, my AR type is, billing type is populated or not. Where you will verify. Go to billing and payment section. View, column, show all. Now, here you can see the receivable transaction type is an invoice. So my pre-transformation rule is working, right? So let's see what is the limitations here. Now, this is the order I created. Just take an order. Cancel. Let me search. Now let me, instead of creating new order, let me copy from existing order. Copy, go to actions, copy. Okay, now let me save my order. Now verify whether transaction type is populated or not. Go to billing details. Where is it? Receivable transaction type. So why it's not populated? Only reason is pre-transformation rules will work only while creating the order. But if you try to create by using copy option, this is actually a bug. Maybe in future versions, you can see the solution for this. As of now, pre-transformation rules are not going to trigger while if you create the order by using copy option. So then what is the solution? So if that is the case, you can use post transformation rules. So generally post transformation rules, when it will execute after submitting your order. Now let me save it. Now done. This is my order number. Now let me create post transformation rules. So pre-transformation rules will execute before submitting only while creating the order. Post transformation rules will execute again. You know very well. Post transformation rules also same purpose like pre-transformation rules to default the values, but by using post transformation rules we can default any values we can update. by using post transformation rules after submitting. So basically, post transformation rules will execute after submitting the order. So go and create one post transformation rule. Post. So basically, for post transformation rule, main is post transformation defaulting rules. This is available in OBR only, Oracle Business Suites only. VIB not available for this. Visual Information Builder as of now not available. Not sure. Maybe in future it will come or not. Anyway, let's see. Let me define one rule. Go to post transformation rules. Let me add one rule. Expand arrow mark. If you want to see more options, sorry, expand arrow mark and expand. Make sure it is active, and we can enable tree mode and advanced mode. Okay. So now all the attributes, whatever you can write in your same thing, how we define the pre-transformation rule, you can add your conditions in if condition, and then condition you can add what is the action you are going to perform. So all the attributes are available in the form of Vivo. So here you can see post transformation rules. Here it's available header level attributes, line level attributes in this Vivo. Here you can see your fulfillment line level attributes. And each and every time, if I want to call any attribute, you have to use post transformation rule dot header Vivo dot maybe business unit. That is, let's assume my attribute name. Each and every time, I cannot enter entire name. So in that case, you can use alias name. Let's say alias name is H equal to post transformation rule. So that means whenever if I want to call any attribute in this Vivo, simply I will call H dot. This is the alias name. You can say simply alias name. If you want to add one more if conditions, you can add click on plus symbol. Let's say L. I will add fulfillment. Generally, now we are going to updating billing transaction type at a fulfillment line level. So post transformation rules dot, where is fulfillment ID? Fulfillment line Vivo. Sorry, not ID, Vivo. Okay. Now what is the condition? Now I am using condition, right? Like my BU is US1 business unit. That is my condition. So here you can see if you want to add any new condition, this is the my Vivo. You can add here, sorry. Here you can add, click on plus symbol, and you can add multiple conditions, simple test. Keep on, you can add. Already one condition is available. If you want to delete, you can delete, or if you want to add, you can use single test. So let me add H dot R guide. Name is not available. As I know, name is not available. So we have to go with IDs only. Is equal to, you have to find out what is the business unit. So if you want to find business unit, you have to execute from backend. Let me connect to BA publisher. XMLP server. So I already written query here. Let me execute query. Data. So this is the ID. Let's take an ID. So if my org is US1 business unit, then what you are doing? I'm going to updating my already fulfillment line is already there. Why? Because I copied the order, already line is there. An existing line, I'm going to updating my billing transaction type ID type as a invoice. So click on plus symbol, assert new. Add modify entity. So look for modify entity. Modify entity. So which entity you are modifying? I am going to modify or maybe updating my transaction type. Again, here also ID is available. Not as I know there is any name. So attribute name, nothing but a billing transaction attribute name. So if you want to find exact name, how we can find is here you can see in this Vivo, you can find all your attributes. So for just for testing purpose to know the attribute name, let me add one simple test. L dot billing transaction billing so I think it's billing spelling mistake. Oh, sorry. Billing transaction type ID. This is the attribute. These attributes now we are going to modify. So now take that attribute and delete. Not required. No more. If you want any condition, you can add. Then delete. Now. So here always attributes you have to use in double quotes. This is my attribute. What is the value you want to update? I want to update as an invoice. But again, it will accept only IDs. So you have to find out the ID. So this is the query you can use to find the ID. Let me execute. So for this BU, what are the valid billing transaction types are available? Oh, it seems some. Missing right. Where is that? Let me enable as a SQL. Some issue is there with my SQL statement. Okay. Here there is no any space. That is the reason. Again, by seeing that error, it's entirely different. There is nowhere anywhere related to actual error. Actually, there is no space between and column. Let me try now. Oh, still it's error. Let me find out what is the issue. It seems again here in where condition there is no space. Oh, still okay. So this is the query you can use, and here you will get your name as well as for your BU, whatever AR transaction types you defined, you will get name and corresponding ID. This is the ID we have to populate. So let me populate 34 for invoice, and you can update L dot which Vivo you want to update. I given alias name as a L only, right? For my here only for fulfillment line, I'm updating. Click on OK. Now let me save and release it. Make sure it is active. Release. If any errors are there, here only one pop-up window will come for any errors. So this rule is released to production, no issues. Save and close. Now let's do a test case. Save and close. Now let me copy. So this is the order. Order management. Anyway, we already tested. If you create new order, your pre-transformation rule will execute. Now let me copy. Copy. Create and edit. Now come down. Save the order. Now still not populated. Why? Because post transformation rules will work only after submitting the order. Let me submit the order, not before submitting. Now go there, billing and payment details, view, column, show up. You can see receivables transaction populated as an invoice. So like this, you can use pre-transformation rules and post-transformation rules to default any values while creating the order. But only here limitation is, as of now, at this point of time, uh, as of now, pre-transformation rules will work only if you create new order. But if you create order by using copy option, pre-transformation rules are not going to trigger. So in that case, if you want to default any values, you can use post-transformation rules. And also, we are having one more option also. If you want to default, maybe you can use order management extensions by writing some Groovy script. You can default also. Okay, thank you.